Today we're just going to be cleaning up a lot of the little bits and pieces that are kind of protruding that'll make the walls a bit bulgy, and so
It's a bad word.
bulgy.
Yeah.
A bit wavy.
Yeah, okay. We are Mo, Cormac, and Evie. Join us on our journey to build a plentiful food trailer. This episode, we dove into one of our most exciting projects yet for a little trailer, but one that presented many challenges and our continued perseverance. We hope you enjoy our trailer build part 6. Hey there!
Hey, welcome to the new lobster lift lab.
Check it out.
So this is the new space. This is sort of our center table where we can kind of put the whole system on, and here we kind of work on the subsystems. And this is Ted's area, and this is my area, and my desk, Ted's desk, and yeah, he has a 3D printer in the middle of a closet in the middle of a print, and this is one of the one of these guys that kind of holds all of the whole system. Still, it's almost done. A few more lighting things, and we got a heating system in, the heat pump there, and yeah, and the trailer inspired me to do rubber flooring in here as well. All right, back to real work.
All right, what are we doing, babe?
So, now we're just trying to figure out the best way to take off these trim pieces that go around the windows so that we can put the plastic wall right up against the window, and then we'll kind of figure out a trim piece for that. Oh geez.
You cracking the wall?
It's just that there wasn't any treating of it, like gaskets. So yeah, and this will give us kind of a reference point to cut the holes out for the plastic walls.
So how many windows do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
10.
Huh? Oh, 10 for the vent up there. Alright, and then there's all these real random things we gotta take off the walls so that we can...
Hopefully it'll start going faster. I think.
Yeah, so we're just gonna do this and we will be back. Cormac continued taking off the window trim as I took down the remaining hardware on the walls. Pretty much got most of this like random hardware off the walls. Cormac's just taking the trim off, and we gotta take this little light down, and there's a couple more things.
So this is just the trim around the door.
No, it's just nails. Oh, jeez. I'm definitely not using that. Alright. It's huge. That's this huge screw.
Oh, that was what was holding it in. You're right. So the tricky thing is just that there's so much work that was like, you know, you have to deal with the way that it was originally built, and then also the way that people continue to, you know, fix things here and there over the years. And so it's like oh yeah, you know, it's like the way this was built, all of this is all nails, and then you're pulling this thing off, but it's like ridiculously hard, and it's because there was a screw that was added for some reason. So we just finished off taking off all of the trim around the windows, and taking out a few of the little things that were protruding off the walls, and some next steps are
to saw off these nails.
Oh yeah.
And some of the random screws off the walls. And then we need to figure out our plan for how we're doing the panels.
Right.
And what we're gonna do with these pieces going across. The ceiling is drooping, so like this piece here is holding up the ceiling. This side is drooping.
Maybe what we could use for that is actually like an aluminum angle bracket, and just like an L-shaped angle bracket, and just put it along the top, so that it's not.
Panels?
And we could replace this one too. We could take that one out.
It would be under the wall panel.
So that this way it's not as like pushing out. Yeah, and so we could kind of like put it under the wall panel. So you wouldn't really see it that much.
Instead of finishing up the last few nails and screws, we decided to go to Home Depot to get some supplies to begin figuring out how we would tackle the walls. Our best idea was to first use paper to create a template that we would then trace and cut out of the wall panel material. Our trailer looks so cute, largely because of all of its curves and odd-shaped windows, but it really made creating these templates tough.
Why don't we not record this, and we'll record it when we actually know what we're doing.
No, this is always the best parts. Cormac's trying to get fancy with it. We have to record the struggle.
It just takes so much longer.
We have to record the struggle, babe. I'm sorry.
It always takes so much longer when all you do is hold the camera.
After struggling on the inside to get the paper to stick to the wall with tape, we tried using the outside of the trailer to create the initial template.
Like all the way up there?
Yep, to the roof here.
Alright, I'll try and take it. Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, can you hold this over here?
It was a bit stressful to see how not precise this process was turning out to be.
That's not bad. Alright, take it off, see what it looks like on the inside. I'm waiting for someone to comment, why don't you just do it this way?
Which way?
Just some way that just is way easier than this.
Than this? This is a little difficult. Like everything is.
That's what this side looks like. How is it the top?
Great, but not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Not too bad. So you just need a little bit of trim. After having the initial shape, it was much easier to tape up the paper and make other adjustments with it up on the wall. The window also unfortunately had some handles jutting out from them that made it difficult for the paper to lay flat. It was getting pretty dark, so we finished up for the day feeling a little overwhelmed with the amount of work that laid ahead of us.
Today we're going to continue working.
Cool, let's do it!
Great, let's go.
We're gonna be seeing if we can cut out one of the panels and see how that goes, and see how much work it's gonna be to put walls on this whole thing. I'm guessing it's gonna be quite a bit of a job. We weren't able to find paper that was the width of the panel itself, so in order to make each template, we needed to then cut another strip of paper to add onto the first and tape them together. I think what made this process so maddening was that in theory, this was not a difficult thing to do, but in reality, it was just not an easy job, especially while trying to remain as precise as possible so that the wall panels fit perfectly. I probably cut out about 80% of the video footage we have, so you're just seeing a snippet of all the work that we ended up doing. this is what we've done. Our template is made. Much. Was not easy. And now we were ready to start cutting out the panel. Is it working?
Yeah.
Really? You're cutting it with scissors? We weren't sure yet how we would cut out the panel, but Cormac made the first cut here with scissors and found that they worked great. So that actually made cutting out the panels much simpler than we thought it would be. This is kind of cool. You can cut this with scissors. And here's where the amount of work for this project was really just starting to hit me. And here Cormac is just cutting out the windows so that we could test fit it in the trailer. Oh my god. The hiccups. It took a bit of finagling and some extra trimming adjustments here and there to get the panel to fit in exactly, but we eventually had our first panel done.
That's gonna be nice.
Babe, it's gonna look damn nice. I'm really excited. It's just a pain in the ass to do all of it.
It isn't quite over.
Oh. One panel down, 11 to go. Here we are on another day working in the trailer. Today is nice because Cormac's parents lent us a lovely little heater, so we're staying warm in here even though it's pretty cold today. So today the goal is to continue cutting out the template on the paper and cutting out panels to put up on the walls. We're not sure what we're doing yet for the seams between them. Still trying to figure that out, but we'll take you guys along the journey as we go.
Huh, that's easy. These are just stapled on.
And here we tackle template number 2.
It's not an exact science.
I know, that's what's so hard about doing this is like it's so just like you feel like a little bit just like really half-ass cutting something out and it needs to be precise. But that's great.
Why not?
We did, however, discover some ways to make the process go quicker and more efficiently.
Alright.
Okay. Nice work!
Thanks.
That's such a good idea. As we went along, we kind of stopped recording every little detail as it's a lot of the same thing over and over. Make the template, cut out the panel, fit the panel and make any adjustments, and so on. As we went along, Cormac also took down all the trim for the seams of the plywood.
What are you looking at?
We're in over our heads.
Can't say things like that, Mo. Say it into the camera.
I'm about to cry. We're in over our heads.
It's okay.
would have been a lot more money.
So that's the ceiling. So we want to put it up like that. And just do it like that and just have it bend. Just have it be like kind of bent. And go like there.
Here we are cutting out an aluminum bracket to help raise up the ceiling and prevent it from drooping. And sometimes I really question the safety of some of the things we've done as I watch these videos over again. Cormac took off the sharp edges and then screwed some holes in the aluminum for the screws. He wanted the screws to lay flat to prevent any visible bumps under the wall panels, so he created a well for the head of the screws to sit flush in.
That's good. So now we can put this up. Wait a second.
What?
I did the wrong one.
I knew it! I was like, why are you doing the small one? And I guess...
Son of a gun! Alright, we don't need to.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Positive?
It'd be better to have the other one, but you know what? It is what it is. That's better. Look at that. Not thinking anymore.
We did a final few adjustments on this panel, and then we called it a day. Bye-bye! We'll see you tomorrow! Well, morale was low to say the least at this point. We were averaging one panel a day so far and had a lot more work to do to finish.
This is meticulous work. At the end of all this, we're gonna have to try and figure out what was our least favorite thing to do and what was our most favorite thing to do. So far, I think cutting out the window. That's the most fun.
Yeah.
That's the most exciting part.
Or it's like, this
We were
is too
so
easy.
naive. We were so naive to all
Like,
this
this is
weird
gonna be
shit
so
we had
easy.
to do.
This is gonna be so easy.
We did get into more and more of a groove though, finding our strengths and tag teaming to maximize our time. I would often trace and cut out panels while Cormac did other things in the trailer.
Cormac just told me to come see what is going on down here, and I'm very nervous. Oh my god.
That's what that was covering up.
That's why that was there. So that trailer has so many secrets.
It's like
Deceptive.
it's like exciting. You never know what you're gonna find. Oh boy. So we're gonna have to cut this up from here to here. We may as well take
What?
this thing
Wait,
down.
whoa.
See what's,
Say
see
that
what's
again?
there. We're gonna have to cut this out.
Can we just cover it and pretend it's not there?
Well, we can, but then we may have some like sinking stuff in the roof because it's not really supported there. I mean, I guess we could theoretically just put the aluminum brace all the way over from here to here. Okay, so we'll get a piece of aluminum, put it across. That's what we'll do for now.
Oh, yesterday we called the polywall people to see what they would recommend.
Yeah, a union to cover up the two panels coming together, and they
And what did they
essentially
say?
they said
They really wouldn't recommend this application for the panels. Why is that, Cormac?
because the panels, the plastic expands and contracts in different temperature swings. So in the summer it expands, and in the winter it contracts. And if you're screwing these onto a wall
Or they're usually glued.
or gluing
Yeah.
them, that the panels are going to want to move, and if you're trying to constrain them by screws or by adhesive, the forces of the expansion and contraction will just kind of blow away the whatever's trying to hold it together, and so either the glue will come unstuck or the panels will end up kind of like if they're expanding and they have nowhere to go, then they'll just kind of bubble out, and which would look pretty bad.
This is risky.
It's an experiment.
We don't want to use stainless steel because it's more expensive for one, and
It'll kind of just make the space feel even smaller than it is because it's a darker color.
We want it to look like super clean and bright inside when you come and look through the window.
Right.
Versus like
clean.
A food truck. Yeah.
Whereas like stainless steel, like everything stainless steel is just kind of, gray.
So it's a bit of a risk, but let's get to cutting the panels out, and we'll.
All right. Should we cut?
Did you have caffeine today?
Should we cut to the fast forwarded bit? I wish we could just press fast forward on ourselves.
That would be nice.
At this point, what we really needed was an Evie break.
I get you. Oh, sorry. I get you. I get you. I get you. I get you. I get you.
Get you to it. Get you to it. Come here.
Determined woman over here.
Okay.
That sounds like a lot of breaking wood.
You can't. You shouldn't talk, Mr. Break everything.
Voila.
All right, let me see. Give me the thing for the other one.
He's gonna show me up now. He's so good. That sounds like breaking wood to me.
Yeah, me too. All right, we can just.
Guys, I've been telling him. We just saw him off.
Who are you talking to?
The viewers. My fans.
Hey, you're not supposed to laugh so much at that.
Alright, so we will continue doing this until all of these are out of the wall.
Until it gets dark.
2 more sections of nails. We'll see you soon. There's a lot of sparks. I don't know about that, babe. Yeah. So we are on another day, and we are going to be screwing in another support thing here.
Then we just have a few more little screws to cut and move on from.
And then we are fitting one more panel over here that I cut the other day that we didn't get a chance to fit in for final touches. And then we are doing the other wall / ceiling bits today, cutting those out hopefully.
Hello.
And here we are on the final stretch of template making. Unfortunately, the audio to the remainder of the videos we shot got corrupted, so I'll just have to voice over the story of how we finished the walls. Doing the templates on the curved sides and ceilings had the added challenge of gravity. It was really hard to ensure that the paper was flat against the wall and accurate, as the tape would easily come off or the paper would droop in the middle. We did our best to move through these challenges gracefully, as we could start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. finally finished cutting out all of the panels and got the best gift we could have asked for, Dennis. Dennis is Cormac's dad, and you could say he has been our kind of advisor for most, if not all, of the work we've done on the trailer. His input has been more than helpful as we run into challenges, but his extra set of hands was also really nice to get these panels up. So we decided to go with a plastic PVC trim piece. To try to get around the panels bubbling with changes in temperature, we attempted to attach the trim on the walls so that the screws only went through the plywood walls, and the trim would hold the panel in place through pressure alone. Eventually, we'll put on the window trim and the same idea will apply. We're hoping this will keep the panels snugly in place, but not constrict them to the point that they bubble as they attempt to expand in the warmer weather. For the ceiling panels, we'll be adding some white screws between the trim pieces, as they will probably start drooping with time. Here, we're testing out how to miter two of the trim pieces together for the front hump of the trailer. We have to cut one at an angle so it can come to a point with the other piece around the corner. This was yet another less than safe choice, but for once we actually didn't have the right tool for the job, and it needed to get done. Here you can see our experiment seems like it will work, so we then did the same thing to the full-length trim pieces. We then had to cut off the end of the previous ceiling trim piece to line up with the horizontal pieces. One of the coolest hacks we tried was to get around the fact that the PVC trim was not flexible enough to bend to the curves in the front of the trailer. So, Cormac used a heat gun to warm the plastic enough to bend it into the shape that we needed. This is one of those jobs where you just need a beer. And now we're on the final stretch. The ceiling was done and all that was left was the two side walls. I had to head out before we finished this day, but Cormac and Dennis were able to get the last few wall panels up without me. When I got home, Cormac wanted me to come see the finished product. Even now, I still can't believe we powered through getting this part of the project done, and how well it turned out. What a difference it makes having clean, fresh walls. Once the window trim and floor are in, this little trailer is going to finally be transformed. Making these videos is time-consuming itself, but it also helps me reflect on the journey and see the beauty in our struggles to make this dream happen. Having these memories to look back on in the future will be priceless. I hope you all find some joy in them as well. Here, I'm showering Cormac with praise and thanking him for helping me toward my dreams. He really is the backbone of this whole project. This wouldn't be possible without him. Please like and subscribe to our channel and eat more plants.